That's my estate, Balance.
Johnny, modern day workplaces, have they changed at all since we were young and hopeful? Oh, work environment, Johnny. Oh, work environments have changed quite a bit, Johnny, that's for sure. In what way? Well, as luck would have it, we discovered this particular video on TikTok. Yeah, this is a video from Nicole's side, Johnny. Yes, Nicole. And she's a Google product manager. And this is a typical day, so she reckons, in her working life at Google. Okay, let's have a look at it. But I have to tell you, Johnny, I have to warn you that things have changed out there since we were young and full of hope.
A day in my life working from the Google LA office. I always grab some candy from the reception before heading in. This used to be an old aircraft hangar, so the decorations hanging from the ceiling kind of looks like an aircraft flying in. Before it was a Google office, this aircraft hangar belonged to Howard Hughes, so there's tons of memorabilia. Next, I'm gonna pass by these art installations. They're a really good photo op, or you can sit in there and get some work done. I'm gonna head to the coffee shop to grab some coffee and a fruit cup since I missed breakfast, and then I'm heading over to this butterfly themed room to take my first meeting. Then I'm gonna head over to the confetti room to take my next meeting. It's so sparkly and beautiful in here. I love that a lot of our rooms are themed. Then I'm gonna grab my two favorite drinks, which is this green tea and coconut water. Next, I'm gonna go upstairs and grab some lunch. They always have pizza and a variety of different vegetables and meat. The food is always really good, and of course, everything you see in the office is free. On my way out of the cafe, I ran into a doogler, which is a dog googler, and ran into some ghosts. When they were renovating the office, there were a lot of spooky stories from the crew, so there's a whole area in the office where you can listen to them. Then I got more work done and headed over to the massage chairs to wrap up my day. Let me know what you want to see next.
Yeah, well, as you might have questioned, as we questioned before you, does this girl do any work? Oh, Jesus. Or is it just an edited version of her day? Surely. But how do they get into this sort of bloody... She's obviously only in her early 20s, Johnny. But these type of people, it seems, are probably an A-level student at school, and they just go straight from school to university and straight into this job, and they think that's reality. And it might be just me, Johnny, but does she have a strange sort of a way of speaking?
Head to the coffee shop to grab some coffee and a fruit cup since I missed breakfast, and then
Sort of a tech sort of educated way of speaking? That's right, yes. So I reckon it looks like a plastic sort of world, Johnny. Made for bloody kids. I mean, this girl's getting around like she's a teenager. Johnny, does she actually do any bloody work? But the shit apparently hit the fan, Johnny, because Nicole has just put out this bloody video.
a day in my life getting laid off at Google. So I woke up to this really ominous text from my boss, and I honestly had no idea what it was going to be about. So I called her the minute I woke up and saw this, and she told me to check the news and my email. So I rushed downstairs to find out that I had lost access to basically everything. I couldn't log into my email or even check my calendar. I called my boss back, and we just sobbed over the phone because she was also finding out about my layoff for the first time today too. I started getting calls from a bunch of my coworkers and started finding out who else was let go on my team and some neighboring teams as well. But I think the worst part is that it seems like no one was consulted on this decision and everyone was just finding out about the layoffs at the same time. It just felt like a really bad game of Russian roulette, and there was no consistency around who was let go. It was also not performance-based, so it just felt really random. I opened up LinkedIn, which honestly was not great for my mental health. There were so many people who were in the same boat that were both equally as shocked and blindsided, but it did help me feel a little less alone. Honestly, I spent so much of the day crying that I just felt so tired from being sad and wanted to do something that would just make me feel better. Luckily, I have an annual pass, so I headed over to Disneyland because I wanted to go eat my feelings. So I started off with a Cinnamon Galaxy churro and then went to the teriyaki turkey leg. This is a special limited edition item for the Lunar New Year celebration at Disney California Adventure. I had some Rice Krispie, a corn dog, did some drawing, and even had another
drawing at Disneyland.
Did some drawing and even had another churro. I don't really know what's next for me, but I'll be vlogging my journey and posting more content about it, so feel free to follow along.
Holy smoke! Oh, Johnny, I really don't know what to say about all that. Yeah, it's very disappointing for Nicole, but you have to wonder about someone who goes to Disneyland at night and eats a whole lot of shit and draws funny little drawings there. I don't know. How old's this bloody girl? I don't know, am I just being an old fuddy-duddy, Johnny?
Oh, Johnny.
But Johnny, this must be what Elon found when he went to bloody Twitter. Elon? Oh yeah, you can see what Elon was facing when he walked into bloody Twitter. The same sort of thing probably. They were spending a fortune on food that no one was eating, and they had all this sort of bloody gym and everything and all this fucking stuff. I wonder Elon bloody cracked the shits and got rid of half of them.
Boy,